Hello, hello, hello. Let's see, testing the microphone. Vapor is fun. From Dario. Yes, I completely agree. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Dario, what have you done in Vapor before? Okay, so during this live stream, first I have one important question that I'm going to drop in the poll. I don't know if you can vote on this after it's live, but I still have the same question at the moment. So let's see. Ask your community is the thing. There we go. Should I upgrade my computer to macOS Ventura? Have you upgraded yours? Let me know. Let me know if you've had any issues and what applications you may have had issues with. Because I am not sure yet if I want to upgrade. I really, or not want to. It's I want to upgrade. That's not the question. The question is, should I upgrade? Server for push/live activities. Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like that's really cool. You have not upgraded. Settings panel looks questionable. Hey, just set all your settings up beforehand, you know, and you'll be fine. 100% no right now. Come on. We gotta know, everyone. But okay, on today's live stream, we are going to be creating an expense tracker application. So I've already started making the expense tracker app, and I have made a majority of the backend. So pretty much almost all of the backend is completely done. And now we're making the front end SwiftUI application. So it will be a multi-platform app. So right now we are doing the iPhone/iPad, and then later on we'll maybe make a macOS app or something out of it. We'll see. But right now we're still in the very beginning of building the iOS app. So last time, let's look at the monitor here. So I track all of the tasks that I do in Linear. So it's linear.app. And I actually just added my other app that I have, because I'm going to start tracking the features I want to add on that one. But within Expense Tracker, I wrote this for last time. Instead of collapsing the income/expense category, we only want run one row for category. And then when tapped, we would have two sections with a list of income and expenses. So what that means is this is what it looks like right now. I don't know why it's blue, but we tap this and it shows us income and expense. Income, it would look like this. So we see all the income. Expenses, we have not built that yet, so it just says expenses. But instead of collapsing income expense, what I wrote is we could only have one row like for categories, so it would just be like navigate over instead of collapsing. And then here we could have income categories section and then an expense categories section. And then when we click the plus button, it doesn't do anything yet. But when we click the plus button, then we can actually like go and add the fields that we need. So that's what we're gonna do today, is a little bit of redesigning of what the last stream was. Hey Dave, I have upgraded to Ventura, haven't had any issues, small sample size though. That is okay. I need all the tips I can get for it. Okay, so that's what today is gonna be. And I'm scrolling on my thing to make sure everything streaming-wise is good. It looks like it. Okay. Let's get into this. So, I also brought up the sketch. And here, I'll put this here because I had it still. I have a Buy Me a Coffee, which is basically you can donate to my stream if you would like. If you donate while I'm live though, you'll get to see your name like pop up live like on stream, so that's super fun. But don't feel obligated, I just have it in case you would like to. If you do, I appreciate it. But if you don't want to or aren't able to, that's totally fine. So here is my sketch. This is what we started with. Here, actually, I might just... No, yeah, I have to have this. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. It's like the whole screen. Okay. So here's what the iPad app is eventually going to look like. I was going to start with iPad to build everything, because when I started this series, it was before iOS 16 was out and before Ventura was out. But since that's been released, it kind of doesn't matter if I do iPhone or iPad. But here's our sketch. And here's what we originally had was categories, income, expense. And then you would see income categories, we click the plus, and then we go over and we have create category and like pretend there's rectangles there, and we would like fill in the fields. Another option I thought of after I looked at my previous stream to see like what it was we were trying to do, but I had another idea while I was thinking of it. We could instead have just on this page itself have income category, expense category, and then not have to navigate to another intermediary page just to get somewhere, because all the settings page is doing is just sort of managing all the settings of like categories, accounts. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think we have anything else. We have just categories, accounts. Let's look at our tasks with that. I think that's it. So because we don't have much on the settings page, like instead of making another page just to go to, we could just list everything on the same page. Oh, thank you, Matt, for buying me a coffee. Oh, I can't read this, it's too small. Ooh, for mentioning Xcodes. Yes, thank you, I appreciate it. So if anyone doesn't know, let me open it. So there's an application called Xcodes that you can use to manage all the different Xcode versions that you have on your app, or that you have like on your computer, I mean. So like right now, I'm running 14.0 just because I haven't downloaded 14.0.1. So I have 14.0 and that's what I'm using. You can see all the beta versions and the release candidates right now for 14.1, and you can manage them all in this application. So like you could have multiple versions of Xcode on here, and this application Xcodes with an S lets you know which version you're using, and you can just manage the different ones and make different ones actives. So that is super cool. Let me go to GitHub, and so here is, it's called by Robots and Pencils, it's called Xcodes. And you can even use a whole CLI as well, which is pretty cool. So I'll drop that in the chat. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Hey Tyler, how's it going? We are live, yes, at a different time than normal. Your hard drive is sweating already, right though? Like, I know, I only really ever have 2 versions of Xcode at any point in time. And that's the most I've really ever had. I thankfully have not needed to have more than that, but it's nice that you can super easily change versions. And from Dominic, how did I get started with Vapor? How did I get started with Vapor? I think I saw somebody else do Vapor and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I wanted to figure out how to do that. So basically I went and learned how do you make Vapor applications. And from there, I have even, looking something up. Go into a playlist, hang on. Here is the link to a playlist. I even made my own tutorial series about Vapor. So this is on Code with Chris's channel. He's another iOS YouTuber. And I go over the like complete basics of Vapor. But then like what you can see in my live stream series is I'm starting to do more complex things like using relationships between different things as well. Love X. You got a random room, creator. You got put in a random room with the creator of Xcodes during the last iOS Dev Happy Hour, and it was the greatest day of your life. I love that. That is great. I was one time randomly put into a room with Paul Hudson, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in the presence of a celebrity right now. And for anyone who doesn't know, iOS Dev Happy Hour is a monthly online meetup. It is completely free. It's like a big Zoom call, and you can join that. Ooh, what is it? Great stream coming along. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. yeah, this has come a long way. I also, let me find the link as well. I have a blog series that is like a summary of the whole YouTube live streams too. So that is nice in case, you know, you don't want to stick around for a 2-hour long stream because, you know, I totally understand. Here is the first. There is the link for the blog series that I have that covers every one of the live streams. I'm still lagging behind a little bit, but I'm gonna finish writing those up like as the series goes on. Okay, 60% of you say vote upgrade to Ventura. If Matt's still here, is Ventura or is Xcode's compatible with Ventura as well? Because if that is, then we're good. Okay, here I'm gonna start modifying some of the sketch a little bit before we get into the coding, so we know what it is that we're coding. But as I had another idea of what I wanted to do, and thinking about it now, oh yeah, I can put everything on one page instead because we don't have that many settings yet. So putting it all on one page could maybe make it easier. For one, it's less screens to build, but for two, it could possibly be easier on the user as well. It's compatible in quotes, as in it works. The settings button doesn't work, but next release. Okay, now we know. When next release comes around, we'll do it. But actually, I'm not really too concerned either way. I'll probably still do it. So here's what I was thinking for having everything on one screen for the settings. So okay, so I'm moving the mic down a little bit. Let's do. Also, don't mind my like terrible handwriting. I'm also not trying super hard, but it's not good that way. Either way. But we have settings, and then I was thinking having different sections, so we could have like income categories. So then we could have a list of those right here. So like, let's see, YouTube, freelance, and we're running out of room. So then we have expense categories. That was really bad. What's an expense category? What would you expense? Equipment, that's a good one. And I have examples on here somewhere. Subcontractors, let's do that. Then we would see accounts, and let's say, actually, checking, and let's just say savings. And pretend that just gets bigger. So it could look like this. Hey Tay, you're facing an error in Xcode after upgrading to Ventura. When you run the app on a real device, it's disconnected automatically. It sometimes says iPhone's not connected, but showing and charging. Got to do your first troubleshooting steps. Have you turned your computer completely off, back on again? Have you shut down Xcode, delete derived data, clean the project, and then do like a complete like cold run? If you've done all of those steps, and your device as well, like turn off your device and turn your device back on, after you complete like the basic turn it on or off and back on again steps, have you still had the issue? Okay, so this is what I was thinking, like your income, expense, and accounts are all big like sections, you know, within a scroll view. And then I found you can have, we actually have like the SF symbols in the application, so instead of like me writing a very poor plus button, we can actually use, let's look, plus. Oh gosh, there's a lot of plus. This one. Does it get bigger? Let's see. I think it's just gonna stay that size. But let's put it up at the top. there would be the plus button, and then we could have a context menu, which I don't know if this has a context menu in it. But this app is called Mockup app, and that's what I use for like all the sketching that I do. Actually, you just unplug and plug in your phone again, and it's working. That sounds about right. If it happens every single time, then it could be a bug, and that could be something that you file with Apple. But if you just unplug, plug back in, and it fixes, I wouldn't worry too much about that, because like my iPad that's connected right now in the view that you're seeing on the stream, I just have to unplug it, plug it back in, turn off the iPad, turn it back on, same thing, and it's like totally fine after that. Let's see, do we have a context menu in here? Ooh, those are all iPhone elements. Okay, I don't see the actual context menu, but what I was thinking was when you click on the plus button... Oh, why did that move? Oh, there we go. Oh, I moved it, that's why. Is it this button? No, it's... Okay, stay up there. Then you click on the plus, and then we have the context menu come up. Hey Jay, how's it going? You finally made it. Good. Glad you're here. How's your day been, you know, since last time we talked? Which was this morning. Okay, pretend that fits. I need to write smaller. It says new income category. I totally just spelled new with like a Y. Ooh, I might need to have a different word for new account, because new account kind of sounds weird. But we'll keep it for right now. You're on your third cup of coffee for the day. That's the way to start. I only had one cup of coffee today, but I am drinking Mountain Dew, so there is that. How is the UI design going? It is going. We are doing part of the iOS app, and we built some of it, but I have a better way of doing this, of what I want to do. So here's our two options of what to build next. So let me know, commenting option 1 or option 2. Oh, I totally erased the first option. So that's totally fine. Okay, actually no, I can show it here. So this is option 1, is we have what's in the simulator and what's already built. Is categories. It is a collapsible list, and you click on income, and then you would see the income that we have, and then we could click the plus button to add a new income category. And so expenses, I haven't put anything here, but it would be the same thing. You would click on expenses and then click the plus. So that's option 1. Option 2 is, instead of having a whole second screen, so it would take 3 clicks to get there, you could instead... Okay, somebody is totally spamming my chat. I'm gonna block you. Okay, somebody is on timeout because they're spamming. But okay. Option 2 is we have like a big settings, like, you know, the large title. And then you just have sections that say category. You would have YouTube freelance, expense section, and then accounts. And then when you actually click the plus button, instead of going directly to like income expense, it would actually have a context menu that you would click on something. And then you would bypass that, go to create category, and inside of here you would then have... Oh no. Okay, pretend that's straight. You would then have, like, you know, your text box. Oh, there we go. You would then have your text box that has everything that you would enter. So option 1 would be this, where you have to click on income, and then you see a list of them, and then you click the plus. And then option 2 is everything is shown on settings, and then you click the plus with the context menu. What do you all think? Which one should I do? And that's what we'll code today. You like the context menu? Yes, that's option 2. That's the one I'm leaning towards as well. Okay, that's the one I'm going to do because that's what I was thinking as well. So I'm going to get rid of that screen. And let's get to coding it. Okay, my iPad is just gonna sit on the ground. So here, we spent like all stream last time trying to figure out how to do this, but that's okay. So the first, this is settings view, I believe. Settings view then shows categories. Yeah. Hey Anthony, you have a great question for beginners. What are some ways to get out of tutorial hell? You got asked this question and you don't know how to answer it. So one of the ways is to build your own application. So that's what almost everybody will tell you is stop watching tutorials and try to build your own app. But somebody then asked me, what do you build? And what I would say is either, there's a couple things you could do. It's you could find an API that you really like and build some app that uses that API. Or if you don't even know what API you could do, you can clone some kind of application. So like build the homepage of Twitter, of Instagram, of TikTok, something like that. So build like a home or like clone some kind of application that you like, and then try to figure out how to do that without like following a tutorial. So those are the two like top ways I would say to get out of like tutorial hell, is just build some kind of application. But if you have no idea what to build, it's kind of like pick some random API or clone some kind of application. But if you really want to, you can even like make to-do applications. Like to-do apps sound so basic, but once you really start adding reminders of different things in to-do apps, it gets really difficult because you have to then start thinking about time zones. And time zones get confusing. So that's what I would say. Here we go. We are on categories. We are not going to use a disclosure group because that's what this does. We just want to make different sections. So this is now going to be called settings, if I can spell. Yeah, for sure. There is, let me find the website. There is a big list of public APIs. Okay, here is a giant list of APIs to go through. Yes, Tyler's right. The movie API is a good API. It seems so basic though. Basic as in, not that it's not difficult. Basic as in like, it sounds boring to me sometimes. I'm like, oh, movies, like that's kind of boring. You could do, but you can do a spin on that of like use that database to then do something like you have a favorite actor, actress, like Selena Gomez, see what movies that she is in. So you would then like start doing search, and search adds like a whole different flavor on what you're doing too. Pokemon and Star Wars API, yes. I don't know much about either of those, so it's not a big thing for me, but a lot of people like those ones too. Okay, we have income expense. And we want to make a different section. So really, we just want a... Do I have to put everything in a scroll view with different sections? Or what should I do? We're searching SwiftUI sections and list. Let's see, is this what we're looking for? Yes, we want something like this. So this is just a list with sections. Okay. Jay, exactly what you just said. List with sections. There we go. So let's change this to a list, not have a disclosure group, and we're going to type section. It has a header and content. So content, I love how you just don't complete something and there's like just a million errors. Okay, header. What is the header? Income categories. And inside of it, okay, is like, we're just gonna put text for right now, but later that'll end up being some kind of array. What do we use for our example? We have YouTube, freelancing, Instagram. There we go. YouTube. Instagram. Okay, so that's one. Oh, that's why that's this. Okay, that is on our list. Okay, we're good. And this one will be expense. So I'm gonna stop that. We're gonna make this bigger and use the, what is this? Preview. There we go. So it'll be income categories and then expense categories. We'll change this to be equipment and let's just say sub. This does not matter at all. This is just even filling it in. Okay, we'll just say equipment and subcontractors so we don't have to think of another. But there we go. We have income categories and expense categories. And that's interesting. I didn't know this, that it is by default making that section header all caps. That's fine. Okay, this music is so chill. I don't listen to music this chill. Okay, but the music, it should be in the background, so like you should clearly hear me above the music though still. So let me know, make sure that's still the case. So here we go, we have this, and that's pretty much all we needed to do was do that because we're going to get rid of this view that does the exact same thing. Here, I could actually copy this and we'll put this in settings view for right now. And maybe we will change. Eventually, I'm going to make a view model and refactor this, but I don't care right now. So let's do expense categories, and this one will be equipment and subcontractors. Okay, so instead of a list, let's do a for each loop. What is this? For each income categories and ID /self. Income category in, oh my goodness. What just crashed? I don't even, the preview crashed, that's funny. Hey Kevin, how's it going? You came just when my previews crashed. Oh no, I see a correlation there. No, I'm kidding. what am I showing? I'm showing text and income category. There, and we see the same thing. That's funny. That like straight up just was like not having it. Okay, let's do the same thing. And the second we change this to expense categories, we see our expenses. But we need to still change variable name. This needs to be expense category and drop that there. You just finished work. Congrats, happy weekend. We are changing the design a little bit, so what this will actually look like, oh my goodness, why? That's so tiny. Okay. I think if I put this in a navigation view, then this will show the little title properly. No, because it does that weird thing. Okay, technically though, that is what we're seeing, but because it's on an iPad, it looks like that. So that's why I think I did this last time. That's why I'm not gonna put that, and we're just gonna like keep the view like this. Let's run it on my simulator, and now it should look great. We go to settings. That's what it looks like. Change it to landscape. Yes. Oh, change the preview to landscape. Okay. Let's see. What button is that? That's one of these buttons. Here it is. Loading. There we go. Landscape left. Oh, it might help the sidebar thing. The sidebar thing, it has to do with, not view, link. Yeah, navigation view, actually. This one. It still does it. I forget why. But I've seen it, like, several times before. I just don't care. Ooh, Tim. Perhaps set the nav style to stacked. Yes, I believe that does fix it. Technically, could I do, or no? Because actually, on the content view, it has the whole thing, so it shows the way it does look. But settings. Do I have to do that modifier here? Navigation. What is it? Style? This will be depreciated. Okay, that's not what it... I'm not sure. But the view looks fine, so we'll just keep it like that for right now. Let's turn that back off and it'll go back to preview. Okay, so we have this. That's what we're going for. Category income preview. So we don't need this view at all, but we do need this toolbar. So let's copy that and drop that here. That gives us the plus, which is not showing up because of the whole navigation issue. Actually, I might put this in like that. There we go. Okay, so we have that. So this, we actually want the context menu thing to show up. So let's probably do that. Let's see, delete this view because we don't need that one anymore. Oh, it goes in the navigation view? Oh well. Okay, let's commit this code because committing is important, so we can always go back. Let's do change the settings view to show in different sections. Awesome. And let's actually go ahead and create accounts. As well. And let's create a new one here as well. So we have checking account, savings account. And there we go. That's how easy that was. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay, let's commit that too. Git commit. Oh my gosh, come on. I commit a lot, if you can't tell. Because I do. Oh, hey Tim. Or no, sorry, not Tim. Tyler. Thank you for the Oh My ZSH and Fig recommendations. Much cleaner, efficient committing now. Yes. So what Tyler's talking about is I use a plugin called fig.io on my terminal. So when you use this, you can see, like, if I do cd space like this, like recommendations come up. So it's like autocomplete for your terminal, and that's super cool. And then I use Oh My ZSH, so Oh My Z.sh. Oh, went to its GitHub, that's okay. But this is what I also have on my terminal for, like, it shows the directory we're in, which is expense tracker, and it shows we're on the main branch. Like, that's what Oh My ZSH does. But you can have it do a lot of different things as well. I use it and it's super basic, but you can make it, like, be really complex, and that's cool too. Okay, let's keep this up because the next thing we need to search is making a context menu. So, SwiftUI context menu. Hacking with Swift, another hacking with Swift example. But we're not upset about it because this has everything. Okay, what does this look like? We click options, and I think different things show up then. Oh, that was a long press. We don't want a long press though. Does it have to be a long press? Let's see, another one. Context menu, Swift anytime. Does that say share and favorite? Is that what that one said? No, okay. I was like, is that the same example? Yes, that is all the context menu. Okay, so you so you add the context menu modifier to something, and then it comes up. But does it have to be a long press? Because I don't want a long press. I just want like a normal tap. Also, only 56% say upgrade to macOS Ventura. So out of those of you who have upgraded and said no, why no? What has happened? What broke is the bigger question. Ooh, context menu versus menu. There's a difference? Tons dev. Okay, we're gonna have a lovely ad. Actually, the ad still looks the same. It doesn't matter if I kept it on screen or not. You haven't upgraded, but you voted yes to me. I love it. Okay, so context menu only opens on a long press, whereas menu opens on a button press. You just went through the same thing. Okay. Here is menu. Let's throw captions on to see what he is saying. Is menu a modifier as well? Because I see context menu on the image. And then menu, example 1. Okay, let's just start typing menu. I think I get what's happening. If this actually says menu. Okay, content label, let's see. So the label is this image. And menu. Okay, inside a menu you put buttons. That makes sense. Is that? Yeah, that's what it looks like. So if we create a button, let's create 3. And we want to do create income category. We want to do create, not right there. Expense category, and then create account. Let's see what happens. So if we click settings, here's our button, and look at that. We have create income category, create expense category, and create account. That looks beautiful. And it has a nice drop shadow on it too. So let's put a print, create income, put a print here, create expense, and create account. So if we go here, that one said create income, create expense, and create account. Beautiful. So I'm gonna get rid of this SwiftUI preview because it's not really helping me do anything. Maybe I'll put this back to landscape because we can make Xcode bigger. Close everything. Oh yeah, the last thing that was up was my buy me a coffee link. So if you are interested, you can buy me a coffee, and you can just donate towards my stream, which I really appreciate. And if you donate while I'm live on YouTube right now, it'll like show up on the screen and everything too. So if you're interested, you can do that. If not, that's totally fine. But there we go. Okay, so we've created that part. That was half of it. The other half is now, after you click on one of those buttons, what happens? So income and expense is going to be like the exact same thing almost, but should we create a whole nother view for each one of them? I think we will, because we click on this. Once you click create income, we don't want to have to specify because we could specify income or expense again somewhere, so we could use the same view. So it could be like a, what do you call that? I was thinking a toggle, but not a toggle, a list of some kind. Because the create income category, everything, I believe, as in, let's go back a step and go to expense tracker kit. And open this project, our category controller. Yeah, we have a single table for the categories, because they could be either, yeah, we're using a single table for that, so like the view itself could be the exact same thing with like one thing different for whether it's income or whether it's expense. So, ooh, that's downloading all the packages again. Oh yeah, because I deleted derived data like at some point, so it's gotta build everything again. What do we want to do? Let's do one. Yeah, let's make one view for create category. So we want to do new SwiftUI view. Create category view. And now I'll keep that open. Oh, thank you for whoever brought me a coffee. Let's see. Can I make this bigger live while that is like on? Oh, it's gone. Okay. So if somebody does, again, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna make the notification even bigger. So you can't see it right now, but I'm editing OBS. Let's see, order. We want to center vertically, center horizontally. Okay. There we go. So hopefully that's bigger because like my OBS window is really, this way, is really small like on my computer because this is like my MacBook camera right now. So like, you know, the screen is smaller than what I'm looking at over here is like my 28-inch monitor. So that's why I always have to like look closer because I can't ever see like what's actually written inside. And you know what's funny is that icon used to even be smaller too. I've like made it bigger, so I made it even bigger again. So hopefully I didn't cut anything off. But if somebody does donate again, I do appreciate it. But we'll get to see if I made the notification better. Okay, let's do create category view. What do we need for create category view? That's why I kept that Xcode project open. In our category model, we have, it's kind of almost easier to see in the initializer. We just need a name, a type, and is archived. But when you're creating something, we don't care about the is archived because you're not gonna like immediately delete something. We just need name and type. Yeah, we just need name and type because ID is created automatically too. So that means we only need 2 text views in here. Let's say, this is still gonna be create category, but let's connect when we, so what action do we want to do? I feel like I don't know how to use SwiftUI sometimes because I do this. I haven't really done iPad development, I would say, as much. So like most of what I've done is iPhones because I'm trying to think of, do we use a navigation link to go to the next screen? That was in the code before we changed everything. So let me open that. Oh no, the fans have kicked on my computer. Oh my gosh, I have 2 repos called expense tracker on my GitHub. Okay, this is the right one. So here we have expense tracker. We are on settings view. I believe I did this. So if we go here, go to settings. Settings view, that's what we just committed. Oh no, this is navigation link. Okay, I think this will work. Let's copy that. So inside of here, instead of a button, can we just, oh my goodness. Do navigation link, let's just keep that as income for right now because I kind of don't care. Create category view. So if we run this, does that work? So we go to settings. This says income because I changed the words. And there we go. Okay, we go to category view, or create category view. Cool. Let's do that. So this one is going to say create income category. And then we delete the button. We'll keep it like this for now. And then our create category view, this will have some kind of property that we should pass in for, are we creating an income or expense? Let's see, create category type. And we used an enum in the Vapor project. Let's just copy that. Maybe I'll keep that right there for right now. Maybe we'll put it somewhere else though. So we have this. So this one will then say, I'm still gonna, okay, we'll keep that. Create. So we're just gonna show this for right now so we know which one we're doing and check that that works. So if we go over here and do create category type, right here is income, because we know for a fact that one's income, so we can change this to expense, and we need to do that, rerun, and this one now. So we do create income category, it says create income, and if we instead click create expense, it says expense. Perfect. Okay, let's finish building this out though. We need a text field, and that's it actually, because we already have the type right there. Oh my gosh, what is this? Text field. There we go. What do we want to use? That one? What should this say? Category? We need a name. So we bind that. Is this just category? I can't remember. Actually, instead of a navigation link, this could totally be a modal instead. So we go here. Okay, yeah, it says create category, so if I type something right there, and then that's the same view. Let's make this a pop-up instead. What if we do a pop-up? Does that mean we have to use like the sheet modifier? I think it does. Which one do I want to use? A pop-up or a... I kind of want to use a pop-up. I think that means this will go back to being a button. And then... we have a sheet, and we are going to do... Let me put is presented for right now, but let me also check. We have expense, income, and account. Account also only has an ID and a name, so we can still use the same view. We might even just change this to... No, let's still keep it separate. Account is still gonna have its own view, but... But income and expense category can share that view. Pop-up, in my opinion, are a better user experience since you're just adding something quickly. I totally agree. Can we create sheets? Not sheets, alerts. Can we make alerts with text views? Is that like in SwiftUI yet? I think it is. So that is the simplest way. But I don't know if we can add a text view to an alert. Give an item as the data source for the sheet's content. Because we still cannot have multiple sheet modifier. Yeah, we cannot have... Can we? Yeah, we cannot have multiple sheet modifiers on a single view, right? That's how it works. What is the way? Oh, I saw a thing on how to do this. And I know I've seen a Sean Allen. Looks like you can. You can, but do they both work? I didn't think they did. Okay. Let's see. Is presented. Let's do... is showing new category. It looks like you can do an alert with a text field. Do I want to do that? Is that easier? I know alert will be fine for iOS and iOS, iPad OS. I don't know about Mac OS, but I'm not really focusing on Mac OS just yet. But, Also, the sun is shining. I think my green screen's still fine. Let's see. So I want to do a sheet. Alert might be weird on macOS, but easy enough to conditionalize later. Yes, definitely. Let's do... Is showing new category false? Okay, that is showing new category. We are going to toggle that. And then here is showing... Where did that one thing that we just commented out? Here it is. Okay, let's refresh and see what this looks like. So if we go to settings, we click that. There we go. There's our sheet that pops up, and expense still does the old way. Yeah, I definitely like the sheet way better. And now I have to find a different way to pass in the income and expense. Okay, so we have this. We could create another state property that has like which one we're doing, or that might be the easiest. Not is showing. We want to do let's do category to create, or category type. Let's still just do category type. Let's just make it income by default, because the default does not really matter, because we're going to change it here. Equals, that one is income, and then down here we make it expense, so then this is category type. So if we go here, actually I don't think I changed, yeah I did change this. So if we just put a vstack, drop that in there, just do text and say category type dot raw value. Now we can check this again. Go here, settings, click the plus, create income. That says income, and then that says expense. Okay. Why is the default text view like, there's not a border or anything? Like, it's so awful. Oh my gosh, look at that. If you don't put a border, this cursor is like right up against the edge of the view. That's very obnoxious. Okay. What do we want this to look like? It does not have to be super fancy, but should I put a title at the top? Yeah, we could put a title, or we could just have this giant view. Let's double check what this looks like on an iPhone. Which one have I used? iPhone 14 Pro. Ooh. I was gonna say, like, it'd be great if, like, recent could just be, like, the only ones, and these could be, like, you optionally add them, rather than always having all of them. But let's do iPhone 14 Pro. Reload. I'm moving this for a minute. Okay, double checking that I was not accidentally showing something. So if we go to settings, it looks like this. Ooh, so these collapse automatically. Why is this so inconsistent? So over here, these don't collapse automatically. On iOS, these are collapsing automatically. Like, I mean, I kind of don't care because it's fine and you can do what you want. But why is that different? That should totally be something that is like the same, because all this is a for each loop with a list. But okay, we digress. We click the plus. There we go. It says income. That one says expense. Okay, that still looks fine. It looks so much better on iOS rather than the iPad because the view is like gigantic on here. But let's see. Do we just want to do the word create category in the middle? Like the actual middle of the view, or like put it at the top? Let's just put it in the middle for right now because I kind of don't care. So I'm gonna just put my simulator over there. Okay, so let's do a VStack. Let's do, this is going to be a title. Just a title. And alignment is going to be leading. And this 100% needs a padding on each side. Oh, I'm running this on the iPhone again. I want to run this back on the iPad. We'll keep that. We will keep it there. Okay, let's click the plus. Whoa, did that just crash, or did that actually not run? Okay, let's stop it and run again. Was my head cut off? It is. Whoa, is my audio all messed up? Okay. Okay, this looks like it is having an issue. Or at least I have an issue streaming and listening to it on my own device. Okay, no, actually, maybe it was just the iPad I was on. Because now I think it's fine. Let's see, where's my camera? There we go, there's more of that. Okay, and you can totally see this is something I didn't think about, but it's because I'm streaming in the afternoon, the sun is facing me now, as opposed to when I stream in the morning, the sun isn't on the side. So that's why I am like almost overexposed right now. And I probably don't even need light, and it's maybe gonna hit my green screen eventually. But, oh well. Okay, now let's test this. Let's go to... Can we not select one of these by default so we don't have to click on one every single time? We should look at that next. Okay, so it says income. We actually wanted to say... Oh, whoops, not that one. Right here. We want to say create something category. So this will say create income category, or then say create expense category. And the text field just says category, so then we could type. And with the keyboard, it would look like that. So we could type hello. but it's not connected to anything yet. Does that look weird? That looks so obnoxious because it's like just two things. See you, Jay. Have a good rest of your day. I'm sure I'll probably talk to you at some point. It's just a label in the text field, and it's like filling up the entire view. That's so obnoxious. But let's keep it for right now. So we have income and expense. We are going to do the exact same thing for create account as well. So let's do create account view. And it is going to look the exact same. Okay, I think, yeah, you can copy the body. So we have this, but we don't need the type, so that can go away. This will then say create account. And this says account. This would say, oh, account name. The other one should probably say name, actually. Category. Category name. And then this will say account name. So on settings view, we're going to, let's create another one of these. Is showing new account. This one. Is showing you, okay, not category. We want an account. So this is create account view. Let's see if it works with two sheet modifiers. I didn't think you could do this, but maybe that was an old SwiftUI version. Okay, we know the expense income won't work then. If we go to account, there we go, create account. Okay, so apparently it does work. You would be so confused on the button on where they end. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Okay, so we have that. I think I do want to make that into an enum eventually, but I'll keep it for right now. And we can't ever, yeah, we can't ever technically select more than once because we have a modal that comes up, so I think we're good. Let's look at, what did we change? We changed create account, create category. So create account and category views. Okay, so we did that. Do I want to keep adding? So we do have to do create, read, update, delete eventually. Okay, we are kind of low-key doing all of these at once because... Okay, yeah, create categories and accounts. We're doing both of these. And I believe this one... Is that blocking? I think it is blocking. Yeah, blocks those two. And then those are blocked by... Okay, so we do eventually need to connect this to the backend, but do we do that right now? Do you comment different sections or use mark comments for different sections? So these ones, they're very clearly in different sections. So like we have, like you mean this part? So like we have section, income categories, or like it says income categories, expense categories, and accounts. Like you mean that part, separating that kind of logic? Wow, the sun is like really bright. Oh, like mark button 1. I don't think I'm going to do that for this. I'll separate completely different logic between stuff. But we know what the buttons are because it says, like, the label is right here. So it's a matter of looking at it from, like, top to bottom, almost. Wow, the sun is really bright. I'm gonna turn one of these lights off. No, that made a good difference. Because the sun, I can see it right now, it's just going to get brighter, but as long as you can mainly see the, and that pole, as long as you can mainly see me, it doesn't matter as much. Okay, yes is 55% for upgrading macOS. Because we've gone an hour already. We could create this view, and what is next? So we've done this part. Let's just erase this so we don't get confused again. We have CRUD categories and CRUD accounts. We do need both of those. But do we want to write the data layer right now? As in how we are going to fetch data? Do we want to write that right now or write that later? You tend to comment when you start nesting views, so you have somewhat of an idea of which is which. Yeah, I completely agree. This view is pretty simple already. Really, it's just like 3 buttons in this toolbar and then 3 sections. So it's easier to see. So I could mark if the sections got bigger than this, which this is what, 6 lines of code. If the sections get bigger where there's more than just this for each in here, then I would probably comment each section. Like at the top, it would be like income section, expense section, and then account section, but it's pretty small at the moment, so I'm not going to. Okay, so there we go. I'm trying to think, do I want to keep on streaming and making the last bit? We have 20 minutes. 20-ish till it's another half hour. What do you all think? We have 4 people here, it looks like, on my side. Let's... because to actually save something, we have to do a post. And then we have to do a read back, and I feel like that's going to take a hot minute. And that could be a good start the next one, so let's keep it at this. We've done the settings view, category, account. Let's see, what do we want to do? I think this is a good stopping point. Let's fix this last thing so we can keep the sidebar open in portrait mode. Because that's kind of annoying me right now that I have to keep clicking on it. So we'll fix that, and that'll be the last thing we do. So what is that? That's the navigation split view. Okay, I spelled everything wrong. But we have navigation split view, and then the detail. But how do we keep it open on portrait mode? Let's see. Let's go back and read these again and see if there's more info. Visibility, leading columns, and navigation split view. Show all the columns with .all. Where do we put that? What is that? Navigation view visibility. Oh, that's in the init, so I think... column visibility. How do we do that? Where does that go? Okay, this looks like it does not like this. Oh, is that a binding? That is a binding. Because if we go navigation split view, sidebar content detail, we want to do this one. What is that? Why is that a binding? What is that binding to? Creates a 2-column navigation split view that enables programmatic control of the column's visibility. Why does it have to be a binding? Is this not like something we can just set? Control the visitor. Create a state property with a value of this type to pass a binding. Oh, look at that if we actually read it. But why though? Why does it have to be a binding? Okay, at state private var column visibility is of type navigation. I'm spelling this wrong. Split view. What is that? Navigation split view visibility. Visibility equals, say all for right now. Okay, does this open? That does open like that. Okay, so this can then be column visibility. And if we build this, does that build now? Build succeeded. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Oh, so that just kept it open. But we still had to click on it. I can't, yeah, that's a thing, right? Are you treating it like a sheet or a view or something? No, I don't think so. I am just using, let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see the whole thing at once. We just have navigation split view and the detail. So we have content and detail is the initializer that we're using. Or no. It's one in detail. So is that, what is this again? Hang on. If we put it here, navigation split view. We have two. So we have sidebar, content, and detail. So sidebar. No, that's the 3-column. We have one. I think we just have sidebar and detail is the one that we used. And then we added column visibility. So we're actually using that initializer. Hey, Oscar, how's it going? Welcome. We are trying to see, can you keep this sheet open? So it's open like the settings view. Yeah, like the settings application on iOS. So this is like always open. And then you have this open on the side. Or yeah, open on the right. So it's like this, except can you keep it open in portrait? Or am I just like trying to do something that's like not possible? Because I want this exact functionality, but also in portrait mode. Is that like a thing? I thought that it was, but I could totally be wrong. Maybe I should just look at this in landscape mode when I develop instead, so I don't have to worry about this. But actually, what does this do in landscape? It does that. Double column. Show the content column in the detail area of a 3-column, or the sidebar and detail of a 2-column. Okay, so if we do this. Okay, that keeps them both open, but if we go to portrait, and then refresh again. Okay, so it opens it by default. If you do double column, but if you do detail only, I believe we still have to select something like this, but if we do it in landscape, I believe And actually, you know, it doesn't matter. And this seems like it's more of a... Okay, it's probably automatic by default, I'm sure. So I think this just doesn't matter, and I think I'm trying to solve something that's like not really an issue. I don't know if you can hear it. There's like, my neighbor is like mowing a lawn or something. It's really loud. Let me see. I have an iPad that I'm like watching my own stream on. No, I don't think you can hear it, so it's all good. I can just hear it. Okay, so what we're trying to do is actually not really possible, so it kind of doesn't matter. I think I like want to start the API, but I like don't. I think that'll be it for today. I think I low-key might stream again today, so like follow me on Instagram or follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and you'll see if I go live again. I am going to try to connect my YouTube and my Twitch account to my stream, so I'll actually multi-stream and stream to both of them at the same time. So I may do another stream today that's like testing that functionality, but otherwise though, thank you to everybody who joined the stream today. It was a lot of fun. We updated the UI, so we now have 3 different sections for settings. So it would look like this. We have our income categories, expense categories, and accounts. And then we added the plus button. So when we click create income category, we just have this super basic thing, which I'm going to, I did commit. I just saw it. This is gonna bother me. Oh, I was like, the I is not capitalized, but the expense, it's not going to be capitalized either because the enum, I don't capitalize that. So I see it, but we'll just change it some other time. So we have this. So we created the plus button with the menu, not the context menu, because the context menu is only when you do a long press versus the menu is just a normal tap. And there's our 3 sections. We have the menu to show this, and then when we click create account, we also get the same. This is actually a different view, but it looks pretty much the exact same at the moment. Tyler, warning is your best friend. I 100% forgot about that, and I totally should do that. Let me do that right now. That is in here. So we can do a warning and write, capitalize the first letter of the category type. So now when I build the project, I have a warning here that literally tells me what to do. Thank you, Tyler. I totally forgot about that. So that's what we did, is just create these 2 new views, but we also changed this to show 3 sections, so we don't have to actually do 3 taps to get to something to create something new. Now we just need to do 1 tap, 2, then we can get to here, and that's the last thing I could have added to this view that I totally forgot about, is I could have just add the save and cancel buttons up at the top here. Let me write that to do right here, is add create/cancel nav buttons on create category view. That is the last thing to do, and we will do that in the next stream. And I am getting spammed again by something. Remove report. Oh my gosh, why am I getting spammed at like the literal end of my stream? Remove. Okay, but there we go. That's the last thing that I was doing, and that'll be it for today. So the very beginning of the next stream, so let me double check when I'm doing that, because I think I'm busy again next Friday at my normal time, which is yeah, I'm busy again next Friday, so I'll probably stream again in the afternoon on Friday instead of in the morning. So then for everybody, I will see you again next week, Friday afternoon instead of Friday morning for me on Eastern time. And then we will actually do the network call. So we will do creating an income and expense category and actually saving it to the database using the Vapor endpoint that we created. So there we go. Thank you to everybody who joined, and I will see you all later. Bye.